Hello, queens, Hebrew quilters, and humpback quails. Happy quinceañera. Humberto Quintero, good to see you, my friend. Hardly quibbling out there, or what? Excuse my hilarious quirks. But this is HQ, the live mobile game show, where you answer questions to win cash. And tonight is your big money Sunday night edition of HQ, baby. And I am your cinnamon host crunch with money bunches of oats, Scott Rogowsky. And do you smell that? Oh, smells like the first weekend of August in the books. And I don't know about you, but in my family, on the first weekend of August, we like to throw a classic shore dinner. Coleslaw, ears of corn, and steam whole lobsters. Of course, we used imitation lobster because we kept kosher. But now that I'm grown, I got the real deal. I also have a quiz for y'all. All 700,000 of you live in the game, including Campbell Danker, Kathy in Massapequa, Kaylee in D.C., Neil, William and Vicky, Jeff Fisher of Seattle. Happy birthdays to Rebecca Holdsworth, Rachel Dillon, Todd Bowe turning 54, Pauline and Kevin, happy 40th wedding anniversary, and Rebecca and Jacob, you guys are getting married right now. Mazel tov. Tonight, I'm asking you 15 questions that start easy and get harder than dating a human centipede. If you answer them all, you'll win real cash money. $25,000 is the prize up for grabs tonight. Will be split amongst the winners. You know, sometimes HQs, I'm starting to think you only like me for my money. I'm also a pretty face. I've often considered the lobster. And this year I thought, you know, a lobster is a lot like HQ. Both are difficult to crack. Both have creamy claws. And both are best served with hot butter. All right, look, I just wanted to have production pay for a lobster dinner for me. I can't afford this. I'm not winning HQ. Maybe you're going to win tonight. Are we doing this quiz or can I eat the lobster first? Can I have just a little? I got to hope. All right, we'll do the quiz quick. I'll eat the lobster. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road. Numero, with over 700,000. Numero uno. According to a common expression, where there's smoke, there's what? Smoke monster, an Olsen twin, or fire. Free schmo. Last night we learned where there's Great Smoky Mountains, there's a savage question. Shouldn't be savage at Q1, no tricks here. Where there's smoke, there's Chris Christie chasing an ice cream truck in corduroys. Also fire. 697,011 are smoking. Simply and fuego. For Q2, which of these is a U.S. president known by the initials JFK? Jimmy F. Kimmel, Johnny F. Knoxville, or John F. Kennedy? Now, folks, I don't often say this, but if 100% of you don't get this right, I'm going to assassinate myself. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, a.k.a. Jack, a.k.a. New York's International Airport. That is your answer on, yeah, well, almost all of you, 689,868. But 1,351 thought Johnny Knoxville. Bad grandpa, you thought he was a U.S. president? Johnny Knoxville's not even his real name. What's wrong with you people? I don't say that often, but what's wrong with you? JFK, John F. Kennedy, come on. I'm getting excited about politics, but really, my theme is art. And that's the theme this Thursday on HQ, 9 p.m. That's my bag, baby. Is it yours? Study up on your art history books, your Da Vinci's and your Monets and your Manets, so you can win the money. You got that? Q3. A cucumber preserved in vinegar or brine becomes which of these foods? Kimchi, sauerkraut, or a pickle? It's also become a verb for the process of preserving foods in vinegar or brine. It's also the main family on Rugrats. Pickle. I turned myself into a pickle. I'm Pickle Scott. Pickle's your answer. 663,383 are as cool as an H cucumber. The rest of you in a bit of a pickle tonight because you're out of the quiz. Go home. Q4. In what game would you find the cards skip, reverse, and wild draw for? Uno, the game of life, or Go Fish? Oh, I want to skip through these questions so I could get to my delicious dinner. You might skip in hopscotch and you can run a reverse in football, but there are no cards in those games. So even though this isn't numero uno, the answer is uno. Did you know? Uno, 634,841 of you did. And if you don't Uno, now Uno. We're drawing Q5, referring to a kind of fertilization technique. The term in vitro literally translates to in what? Science, glass, or life. In Utero was the final Nirvana album. Not asking about that. Millions of mothers have been helped by IVF, in vitro fertilization, to give birth to what used to be called test tube babies, because in vitro means in glass. Yes. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. And so do 400,000 of you who got out at Q5 here, 207,026. You're seeing the glass half full tonight as we approach the halfway point of the game, Q6. Which of these animals is technically a rodent? Raccoon, porcupine, or hedgehog? Raccoon, porcupine, or hedgehog? Now don't be fooled if someone says a porcupine can shoot its quills. They can't. But do be fooled if someone says porcupines aren't rodents, because they are. They're the second largest rodents in North America, second only to the beaver, and second to a savage question right here. Mucho salvaje, muy salvaje pregunta salvaje, sí, aquí 62,493 are gonna row your dents gently down to Q7. You survived a savage question. Q7. Which of these cities begins a new day first? Melbourne, Australia, Tokyo, Japan, or Jakarta, Indonesia? Started with over 700,000, and just like that, folks, we're down to 62K at Q7. Closer to the halfway point. This is basically the halfway point out of 15 questions. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. We're having fun with time zones, folks. Yes, the Universal Time Coordinated plus 10 is where you're going to find Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia, putting it 1 hour ahead of Tokyo and giving our Aussie HQties a first glimpse of Mr. Sun. 48,413 are feeling good because they got that right and they're getting Q8. Feeling great at Q8. Which of these is illegal to do in the United Kingdom without a license? Swim in a pool, operate a gas stove, or watch live television? Illegal to do across the pond in the UK. How about that? Now, this may be hard to imagine in the land of the free, but buying this household luxury doesn't confer full rights of ownership. You have to pay around $200 for an annual license to watch live television in the UK or risk severe penalties when the teledetector van comes around. Sounds like Black Mirror, 16,080. You got this one right. You're kicking television, and you're going to Q9. Which of these 90s films did not have a Smash Mouth song on their soundtrack? Mystery Men, Clueless, or Can't Hardly Wait? They were walking on the sun in the 90s, but perhaps they flew too close. Smash Mouth smashed the top 40 with their cover of Can't Get Enough of You, Baby, and Can't Hardly Wait. But mouths remained intact and unsmashed in any way. In the Amy Heckerling classic, Clueless, no Smash Mouth. In Clueless, 9,808 of you, 808 and Heartbreak, you are not heartbroken. You got this one right. And you are moving on to Q10. By the way, tomorrow night, we're going to have a special guest on the show who relates to the movie Clueless. Am I allowed to say it? Should I say it? I'm going to say that. Tune in tomorrow night. Q10. What is the first message sent by telegraph? The letter S. What hath God wrought? Or Mr. Watson, come here. Hey now. You're an all-star, all 9,808 of you left for this question. Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you. Well, that was the first telephone message sent by Alexander Graham Bell 32 years after what I'm asking about. The letter S was the first transatlantic radio message sent 57 years later still. But in 1844, Samuel Morse in D.C. asked Alfred Vale in Baltimore, what hath God wrought? 6,748 knew that one. The answer to what God wrought? The Cash Me Outside girl. That's where we're at. Snapchat. That's what God had wrought. Q11. One of the inventors of the basic programming language also worked as a what? Catholic sister, accountant, or taxi driver? Boy, wonder if Samuel Morse could ever conceive of concepts like Tinder or HQ. Phone. So much is in our hands. The beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code was designed by 3 people at Dartmouth in 1964. John G. Kemeny, Thomas E. Kurtz, and Mary Kenneth Keller, who was the first woman to earn a PhD in computer science and a Catholic sister. Not my sister, a sister from another mister, Jesus. And oh, sister, mister, we got another beep, boop, 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 dialing up a savage Q11. 917 of you remain after that one. Savagery at its finest, striking late in the game as we're down to Q12, folks. Not the final question tonight. The company Gibson Guitars began with a patent on what musical instrument? Banjo, mandolin, or viola? I'm going to start to put the napkin back on. Those aromas are so tempting. Gibson guitars inextricably are linked to the Memphis sound, from B.B. King's Lucille to Elvis's vast collection. They've been rocked by the likes of Clapton, Santana, and Hendrix. But the company was founded in 1902 in Kalamazoo, Michigan, as the Gibson Mandolin and Guitar Manufacturing Company. Mandolin is your answer. Mandolin Manuel Miranda, 1709, are part of the Jazz Mandolin Project tonight, and we're continuing to Q13. Which of these rivers does not run through a nation's largest city? Nile, Yangtze, or the Amazon? You answer this one, you answer 2 more, you win $25,000 or a share of it thereof. Now, the Nile accomplishes this feat twice. It runs alongside Egypt's largest city, Cairo, and hits Khartoum, the largest in Sudan. The Yangtze empties near Shanghai, but the Amazon is the only one of the world's largest rivers and longest that doesn't hit a nation's #1 city. 563, our #1 so far, sitting pretty, going with me across the lazy river to Q14, the penultimate question tonight. For $25,000, you got to get this one right and the next one, baby. What musician once co-wrote a musical about a real-life gangster? Ricky Martin, Bono, or Paul Simon? Why did I say Bono? Like it's pro bono. Bono, pro bono. Critics were not kind to this 1998 Broadway production called The Cape Man, based on the life of Salvador Agron and starring Ruben Blades and Mark Anthony. The New York Times' Ben Brantley said it was like watching a mortally wounded animal. Ouch! Good thing Paul Simon's robust ego protected him from such insults. 381 of you. We're down to just 381 who have 50 ways to win HQ. I can call you Al, but can I call you winner? You gotta answer one more question. Q15. This is it, folks. It all boils down to this. For the 381 players, plus me and Julio down by the schoolyard, in it to win it at Q15 tonight on HQ for $25,000. Your question 15. What treat was likely inspired by the view of a mountain in Colorado? Rocky Road ice cream, red velvet cake, or root beer float? Oh, there, boy. I'm so close to you now. A little coleslaw wouldn't hurt, would it? Now I'm getting thirsty for one of these. Legend has it that Frank J. Wisner of Cripple Creek, Colorado, woke up one morning in 1893, gazed out his window, and thought, the snow-capped Rocky Mountains, they look a lot like a scoop of ice cream and a glass of dark soda. And thus, the root beer float was born. How now, Black Cow? 180. How about this now? Cash me inside. You're our winners tonight, baby! Root beer float for the win. 180 players, they knew about rivers. And now they floated down one, a winning river, down into Victory Basin in Dollar Delta. Yeah, you just split $25,000, 180 ways. It's going to Klauswood, Daniel the Bape, Shazam, 6288, DC Metro, a cute little dog. Daniel, what did you win? $138.89. That's mucho moolah. That's a lot of loot, people. Think about all the lobster dinners you can afford with that kind of money. I mean, at least like 2. Listen, tomorrow, come back at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. We are live every night of the week at 9 p.m. Like I teased, there will be a special celebrity guest who was a prominent part of the movie Clueless. Yes, you're not going to want to miss that one tomorrow at 9. Of course, every weekday at 3 p.m. You can also find me here, me, Scott Rogowsky, your host with the challah French toast, signing off for tonight. About to enjoy my delicious lobster bake here, saying, Pinchy would have wanted it this way. Oh, my dear sweet Pinchy. Oh, God, that's tasty. I wish Pinchy were here to enjoy this. Oh, good night. No more pain where you are now, boy. No more pain where you are now. My dear sweet Pinchy. Oh, God.